Hello, this is Sarah again with more techniques for your saxophone skills. Today we're going to do a warm-up. The goal of this warm-up is something that anybody of any level can do. So what I'm going to do is talk about the basic points of each section of the warm-up, and then you can pause the video and go as far as you can within that section, and then unpause it and we'll continue on together. Below this video, I'll have more specific instructions of maybe what your goals would be eventually, for example, of an overtone, how many notes you want to play and what they are, and things like that. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I do is, as I'm setting my saxophone up, I try to get myself in the mental space. I try to listen to some inspiring music just to kind of put my head in that place. I also like to bring it all together with the breath. This is what I call the sunset breath. Let's begin. Okay, now we're going to begin with chromatic notes. We're going to do one straight and one vibrato with the metronome at metronome marking 72. I start in the middle of the horn, I go down, come back up to the top, and then come back to the middle of the horn on a B. So I'll do the first few notes with you. After that, we'll stretch our mouth a little bit. I know it looks funny, but these are the muscles you'll be using for the day, and they're probably not warmed up. So I just try to get everything moving, all the blood in the face. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is overtones. And so on. Now we're gonna do vibrato. I like to do this and the next part at metronome marking 60. We'll start with 1 and then increase it all the way to about 6 per beat and then bring it back down again. For example. Now we're going to do the same metronome marking for tonguing in a similar concept. I usually go up to about 7 tonguing per beat. Now we're going to do some dynamics. I usually do this on 2 separate notes. I start as quiet as possible to loud, loud, back to quiet. Now we're going to do mouthpiece buzzing. I'm going to disappear from the camera because the piano is behind the camera. But I want you to listen to what I'm doing and do the same thing. With alto, you want to start on an A. And you just raise the player buzzing it, and you start on an A. If you're a tenor player, you would do it on a G. And you basically bend it one by one down, bend all the way down, and then bend back up as far as you can. Get some flexibility inside with your voicing. So here we go. Finally, now that we have gone through all the embouchure related warm-ups we can, we're going to just work on the fingers and get the blood moving. What we're going to do is 12 clenches, shake it out, and then we're going to do a scale of your choice. Lately I've been doing it at about metronome 108, and I do 3 sets of this. And every day I do a different set of scales to try to get through all 12 keys. For example, now we do the clenches again. Finally, after we have completed our warm-up, this should take about 20 minutes. I just bring it all back together with a final sunset breath. Here we go. Happy practicing.